Okay, we're here ready for round number 1, 8 ounces of FG black powder, canister round filled with 1/4 by 2.5 inch bolts, target 25 yards. Light them up, Mr. Ed. Well, I guess we hit it that time and the bolts went in sideways. Let's go down and look at the damage. Okay, here we are down at the target, looking at the approximately 4 foot by 3 foot target at the bolt canister round, and the bolts apparently did their job, scattered widely as we had hoped, and you can clearly see the pattern of the bolts that we shot. One's still sticking in the matrix there. This is just drywall board.
Piece of the canister.
Oh, that's a piece of the canister round, the sabot, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, piece of this. Oh, that's a piece of plastic that went through there. There we go. That's the same piece of plastic. Okay, so we found out that we could make canister rounds, and they work as far as the bolt type round. We've got some bolts in the hole over here that Mr. Ed is picking up. Quite a bit of shattered wood and so forth.
A lot of them are bent.
A little bit of smoldering debris.
Some of the bolts are bent.
We get quite a bit of bending on the bolts. Let's see those bolts, Mr. Ed. So they were traveling pretty fast to bend like that. Yeah. So it's a pretty decent load there. Bolt-filled PVC pipe canister round. There we go. And here we are back at the weapon. You can see the weapon has recoiled about 5 feet from the battery position where we fired it. This is, as we mentioned before, an English 7-pounder rifled mountain gun made in approximately 1889 on our trusty test carriage. See some of the markings there. The barrel weighs approximately 250 pounds. Our test carriage weighs approximately 250 pounds.
Because the configuration of the pallet was about like this.
Yeah, we had a full-size pallet before we shot that round, and I think the bolts kind of did it in, and that's why all this wood debris is behind us here. I didn't know what that came from, but it obviously came from a pallet. So you see, it's kind of done a number on this pallet. It was nice and intact before we started, and yeah, it was a new pallet. Kind of knocked the whole corner off that. A lot of bolts up there. Okay. Ready? This is round number 2, 8 ounces FG powder, canister round, chain shot. Range 25 yards. Fire in the hole.
I think you hit it, Ed. There's not too much left of that pallet.
Okay, we just came down range. Look at the pallet. The pallet was in perfect condition when we started, and we got little bits of chain embedded in it now, the chain that didn't puncture the pallet. I guess a lot of it went right through the middle, and there's not much left of our plasterboard. You see any pieces of chain? Yeah, there's some pieces of chain here and there. Okay, there's a hunk of it that Ed found up there. There's another hunk of it, but it broke up pretty well. It was in one slug when you put it in there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in one piece. And you can see the chain embedded in the pallet. And there's some up here. It kicked up quite a bit of dirt when it hit there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
So that'll be pretty exciting when we put that in slow motion, I think. So here's our little pallet that's all crunched up by the chain shot round.
everywhere.
Little piece of chain everywhere, Ed says. There you go. More here, more there. Well, let's do another one. That was fun. The weapon recoiled about 6 feet on that last shot. Shot number 2 of chain shot canister. Let's take a look at the canister chain shot. Made out of a extra thick piece of PVC pipe, schedule 80, 2.5 inch PVC pipe. You can see the chain behind the tape we have in the front. The chain's all packed in there, approximately 15 feet of it. The tube is 8 inches long, 2.875 outside diameter, and we're firing out of a 3-inch gun, so we had to put a little tape on it on the front to make it fit the bore. And we also put slots in it so that it would discard, open up outside of the muzzle, and let the contents fly to the target. We have a plywood sabot on the rear, and we have 2 thick canvas wads behind that. Okay, ready to fire round number 3 with the English 7-pounder rifled mountain gun, 3-inch bore, 9 ounces FG powder, 1 round canister. This will be chain shot canister, range 25 yards. Light them up, Mr. Ed. Oh, I'd say we got it. Go up and look at the damage.
I think just lift it off the ground.
It did lift the pallet up. Well, we had very early sabot separation. We see holes dug in the ground here where the sabot petals came off immediately out of the muzzle, which is of course desirable for a canister round. Now we'll go down and look what happened to our hapless pallet. We have some smoldering residue here. This appears to be the piece of canvas from the rear of the projectile. Another smoldering piece of canvas. And this pallet was pretty much brand new, but it's otherwise now. It was brand new. And we got some big holes in it. You can see the chain, pieces of chain embedded in the pallet and hanging off the pallet. Now this chain made a pretty deep impression over here. The chain bounced off, but now that chain is hanging on.
This one's sunk right in.
Quite a bit of chain there. Now that sunk in, didn't it?
Yeah. Look
Sunk in a good 1/4 inch.
Yeah, this one over here too.
That stuff sunk in. So
Down here.
pretty effective anti-something load. I don't know anti-what. Anti-pallet, I guess. That's what we're doing today.
all we're
Destroying pallets. That's all we really ever intend to do with this stuff. Is have fun and make smoke and make noise, right?
We've done a good job at that.
We have done it. And there's Mr. Ed examining the pallet. Smile, Mr. Ed. Thank you. Okay.